Well, Keir Starmer is being warned that it's never been easier to be a people smuggler. The Independent has this exclusive that people smuggling arrests have fallen under Labor. So despite Keir Starmer's pledge to smash the gangs, data by the UK's crime agency shows that people smuggling arrests are down 16% since the previous Tory government. What does that say?
It says he's weak.
Yeah.
And it says they know he's weak. You know, that's inherently the problem. Joe Biden suffered the same thing. You know, he talked the nice words, but gang activity, people smuggling, drug smuggling all increased under Joe Biden because they knew he was weak. Starmer is weak. He presents himself as weak. If you follow his X account, and I check in on it from time to time, everything the guy says is weak. He exudes weakness.
Yeah.
So no, you could talk about you're gonna crack down, and that sounds real nice, but what have you done? He hasn't done anything, and that inherently is the problem.
Well, you can see why Nigel Farage is well ahead in the polls, and US Vice President JD Vance and Reform UK leader Nigel Farage have met for breakfast in the Cotswolds. Now, I want to look back at this brilliant speech by JD Vance at the Munich Security Conference earlier in the year. He had a clear message to Britain and to Europe about his genuine concerns over what is happening to free speech and the direction that they're heading in.
In Britain and across Europe, free speech, I fear, is in retreat.
Look, I think JD Vance is absolutely brilliant and he's spot on. What do you make of, obviously, what JD Vance has to say about free speech, where it's potentially heading in the UK, and also what you make of JD Vance meeting with Nigel Farage? Is it a sign, perhaps, that JD Vance suspects he might know who he will be dealing with in the future?
I think that's absolutely correct. I think that Farage has a really good shot because, you know, the same reason Trump got elected is the same reason somebody like Farage can get elected, which is people have had it. That's what has to ultimately happen. You can't wait for the government. The people have to be at a point where they're saying, that's it. We can't take any more of this. As far as free speech, I was actually just talking about this earlier with another person. I have a very easy litmus test for whether or not you have free speech, and it's in your country. Can you get arrested for saying certain words? If the answer to that question is yes, then you don't have free speech. It's a very easy litmus test. And it occurs to me that in places like the UK, for example, there only seems to be one group of people that you can comfortably attack, mock, make fun of, and have no issues, and that would be white male Christians. If you can, that's the open season on them. But pretty much every other group is off limits, and you can literally, like, you have to understand as an American how that blows my mind. The idea that there are certain words you can say that can get you in legal trouble. So that's such a foreign, alien concept to an American that I don't even know how to wrap my mind around that. And I think Farage hopefully has a really good shot. I think, you know, I think the British people are at a point where I talk to a lot of British people. I have a lot of British friends. And I mean, I know people that were hardcore anti-Trumpers that have literally said to me, like, we need our own Trump.
Isn't that interesting?
I think the people are at that point.
Yeah, no, it says so much, doesn't it? And you can understand how they've got there. Carmine Sabia, broadcaster and commentator, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you, ma'am.